But back then it was, you know, really we hadn't seen anything in Australian cinema that sort of surreal. It really pushed boundaries in terms of humour, and you know, there was no digital effects back then, and there was, you know, it was quite an extraordinary piece of work. And I think, you know, the combination of Peter Carey's writing, Barry Otto's beautiful sort of faceted performance made it sort of poetic and surreal, and I loved that about it, and humorous and very Australian, and in the place I lived then or later, Sydney, you know, it really captured Sydney, I think, and the sort of hippie movement and all of that. So I just, as a young person, I suppose back then, I just thought, what an elegant, funny, interesting piece of work. I just sort of loved it. But for me as an Australian, it really spoke to me, you know, and I connected with the humour and the sort of 80s sort of hippie sort of punk sort of thing that was going on. And I think really the film is about, and in trying to come up with some sort of coherent thing to say last night for today about the films I was thinking about, I thought all of them have a sort of a celebratory aspect about celebrating life, you know, making the most of life. There's a sort of you know, appreciating the preciousness of the time we have on the, you know, in this life we have at present. And so all of the films, I think, or most of them, talk about that. And this film, you know, the journey of the main character is that he realises his life is corrupt and he wants to be good and he wants to have a good life. And I think that's, you know, that's the sort of premise of this film, and I think it's common to a lot of them.